Welcome to the channel PK 2023. Hope everyone has a good time watching our videos. Carabao Cup Final, Man United vs Newcastle kickoff. Kieran Trippier returned from Spain, a La Liga winner, but it was the mastery of football's so-called dark arts that left a lasting impression, as he warned the Carabao Cup Final will be just the start of a ruthless new era for Newcastle United. With Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag taking the unusual step of talking about Newcastle time-wasting in his pre-game press conference, it sounded like the Dutchman was trying to put pressure on the match officials to take away the Magpies' ability to slow the game down. That will have raised a smile from Trippier, who has credited Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone with not just improving him as a defender, but also teaching him all sorts of tricks to annoy and frustrate opponents. That was precisely the sort of thing Ten Hag was talking about. Newcastle have managed to get under the skin of plenty of opponents this season, most notably Arsenal and Liverpool, with their gamesmanship, time management and wind-up techniques. "I love it," said Trippier, with a wide, mischievous grin on his face. Of course opposition fans are not going to like it because it's against their team, but as a neutral I think it's good to see. I don't see why everyone's kicking off about it. It's good. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but personally I have experienced it a lot in Spain. It's about when to slow a game down. If the opposition are having more of the ball and are on top, of course you've got to kill the game. You're not going to take a quick throw in and say carry on. You have to manage the game. Of course, some teams are not happy with us, but it's about being clever in the moment. About using your experiences now, and everyone's doing it, not just us. Latest team news. Manchester United are waiting on the fitness of informed striker Marcus Rashford, who picked up an ankle injury during their Europa League win over Barcelona. Speaking on Friday, manager Erik ten Hag said they were still waiting on medical advice. One player who will be missing for United is Anthony Martial. For Newcastle, they will have to make do without suspended goalkeeper Nick Pope. But captain Kieran Trippier and midfielder Joe Linton have returned to fitness, with hopes that Joe Willock will also be able to play a part. Playmaker Bruno Guimaraes is also available again following a 3-game suspension. The key talking points. Can Newcastle end long wait for silverware? It is 24 years since the Magpies last lined up in a major cup final, a 2-0 defeat to Sunday's opponents in the 1999 FA Cup final. It has been a long wait for the success-starved Geordies, who have not added a major trophy to their cabinet since lifting the Intercities Ferris Cup in 1969. An end to the drought this weekend would turn a memorable campaign into an unforgettable one. Can Man United end relative trophy drought? Many clubs would be pretty happy to have won a major competition as recently as 2017, but United are a different beast. The Old Trafford Giants have not lifted a trophy since Jose Mourinho led them to Europa League glory, meaning the club were enduring their worst trophy drought for 40 years. They lost the 2018 FA Cup and 2021 Europa League finals in the 6 years since that win in Stockholm, meaning their 10th League Cup final means much more than their last triumph in the competition against Southampton in 2017. Furthermore, there is hope that the first trophy of impressive manager Erik ten Hag's reign could kickstart an era of success. Can Howe establish himself as Newcastle hero? Earlier this month Eddie Howe received a hero's welcome on his first return to Bournemouth, where he spent a combined 22 years as player and then manager before leaving for good in 2020. The 45-year-old is the greatest manager in the Cherries' history, having guided them from League Two to the Premier League, and now has the chance to put himself among the St James Park greats. Sir Bobby Robson and Kevin Keegan were unable to cap their successful spells in charge with a trophy, but Howe has the chance to do that on Sunday with a victory under the arch. Boys from Brazil prepare to battle. Both sides boast Brazilians who could decide Sunday's final. Joe Linton looked an expensive flop during his early years at St James Park, but the move into midfield proved inspired and has led to him becoming a key cog in a side in which compatriot Bruno Guimaraes is the star. The popular 25-year-old's midfield battle with international teammate Casemiro at Wembley promises to be fascinating. The final will be the former Real Madrid man's first domestic match after serving a 3-match ban for violent conduct, while Guimaraes has not played since being sent off for a shocking tackle in the semi-final second-leg win against Southampton last month. United also have fit again Anthony and Fred to call upon, 2 more Brazil stars ready to light up Wembley. Can Carey's fill void left by Pope? Nick Pope has proved an inspired signing for the Magpies, but the goalkeeper will be forced to watch the final from the stands, having been dismissed during Saturday's 2-0 Premier League defeat by Liverpool for handling outside his area. It is a crushing blow compounded from a Newcastle perspective by the fact backup Martin Dubravka is cup-tied, having played twice in the Carabao Cup during a loan spell at Old Trafford earlier in the season. It is likely to mean a first competitive appearance in 2 years for Loris Karius, perhaps best remembered for the goals he conceded in former club Liverpool's 3-1 Champions League final defeat by Real Madrid in 2018 on what proved to be his final outing for the Reds. Boss How has urged the German goalkeeper to rewrite the story of his career. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe channel, comment and sharing our videos.